Alright, this is homework help for Module 2, Lesson 9. These are word problems, and let me get to the objective really quick. I will fluently multiply multi-digit whole numbers using the standard algorithm to solve multi-step word problems. Alright, so I'm going to do multi-step word problems. That's what we're doing. So please remember that we're doing multi-step word problems. That means we're going to do more than one thing. Okay? So multi-step word problems. And you see that it says I will fluently multiply. So we're going to do multiply. One of the steps is going to be multiplication. So I have some problems that we did in class and then some that I modified to look similar to what the homework might be. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this one, which we did in class, but I also want you to see that it is close to 2. So it's 2-ish as I put up in the corner. Okay? So each grade level at Hoopersville School has 298 students. Okay? If there are 13 grade levels, how many students attended Hooperville School? So this is really just a one-step problem, this part. But then you see that there's a B part. Okay? So let's start off with A. We're going to go ahead and start with our A. And we have our 298. And hopefully you know that you're going to multiply that times 13. So this is two partial products that you're going to need. And let's first estimate. So this is going to be 300. And this is going to be 10. And if we multiply that, we are going to have 3 with 3 zeros. So our answer should be close to 3,000. It's probably going to be a bit higher, or it could be either way. It's going to be really close to this because we went up in one and we went down in another. All right, so let's go ahead and multiply. We know our answer is going to be close to 3,000 for our estimation. So let's get started. So we're going to do the blue numbers. And again, for those of you that remember, it's like multiplying 298 times 3. These are our partial products. That's going to be the first one. And then we have 298 times 10. That's what the 1 represents. The 1 is not a 1, it's actually a 10. So we should know that there's going to be a 0 right here. 298 times 1 is fairly simple, but let's go ahead and start with a 3. So 8 times 3 is equal to 24. I'm going to put a 2 here. So as you can see, here's my 4 and here's my 2. There's my 24. That's one of the reasons I like you to put it here so you can see it. So it's 24. Now I'm going to do 3 times 90 because this 9 does not represent a 9 by itself, but 90. So when we do that, this space here is taken up. So we're basically adding the 4 to it. So we have 9 times 3, and 9 times 3 is, that's right, 27. And then we add the 2 because we have we have 9 times 3 is 27 plus, so that would be 270 plus 2, or 20, will give us 290. So you might be saying, Mr. Valdemar, we're not writing 90. You're right. We're writing a 9. And there's a 2. So in essence, we have 294 here because we got the 4 from this part, the 24. So we have 270 plus the 24 from here. That gives us 294. All right, so now we have a 3 times a 2, 3 times 2, but it's actually 3 times 200. So 3 times 200 is going to give us a number of 600. So we have 600, but we also add 200 that we got from here. Because remember, it was 270, but then we added the 24, so it became 294. So this is 200. So now we have 600, because 200 times 3 equals 600, plus 200 equals 800. So there we have 894. So our partial products that we received was 24, then we had 270, then we have 6,000. Oh, excuse me, 600. My mistake. So we add those up and we get our 894. That's how we got that 894. So when we're thinking about the area model, these would be the numbers that would be inside the area model. Now this next one is fairly simple. Like I said, we're going to add a 0. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that 0 right there. And again, it's because we're multiplying 298 times 10. So if we multiply 298 times 1 and then multiply that answer times 10, we basically move everything shifts to the left and it moves up. So instead of having 8 ones, we'll have 80 ones. So that's our first step. We're going to multiply 1 times 8 or 10 times 8, which gives us 80. So that's 80. Right there you can see the 80 on the right side. So we have 80. 80 because this is 10 times 8 equals 80. All right, so now we go on and we're going to multiply 1 or 10 times 90. 10 times 90 gives us 900. So we don't have anything to add to it, so we're just going to put our 900. So again, we have 80, and now we have 900. And our last one is 10 times 200. So that would be a 2 with 1, 2, 3 zeros behind it. 1, 2, 3. So that would be 2,000. And I'll show you over here that when we add those up, we get our 2,980. So 2,980 is right there, close to 3,000. But we still have to add the 894. So we can already see that we are reasonable within reason. So we have our 4, this becomes 17, 9 plus 8 is 17, put a 1 here. Now this becomes 18, put an extra 1 here, so we have a 3. Not an extra 1, we have an extra 1,000, so to speak. There. First we had an extra 100, then we had an extra 1,000. So our answer is 3,874. So that's how many students go to Hooperville School. And that might be a lot because there's 13 grades. We only have 6 grades plus all those things, but basically 6 grades here. All right, so it's basic multiplication. This is similar to 2. Please remember that it's 2-ish. It's very similar. Now it has a step B, which is our multi-step. We're using the information we got from A, and we're going to use it for the next part. So a nearby district, Willington, is much larger. They have 12 times. Okay, so 12 seasons or 12 years. Let's put it that way. If for 12 years they had the same amount of people, then how many people will they have in 12 years? But that's not really what we're doing. We're actually going to multiply here our 3,874. Oops, I forgot to write my statement. and I'm just going to shorten it interest of time. So I just called it H School, which is Hooperville School. Okay? So we're taking our 3,874. We're going to pretend that for 12 years they have the same amount of students. Okay? I'm saying that on purpose because this is 2-ish. But here it says Willington is much larger. It's 12 times as large. So I'm going to multiply it again, this time by 12. 13 for you. All right, so let me multiply it times 12. So here again, I can already show you that we're going to have assure you that we're going to have a 0 here on this one. And since it's multiplied times 1, I can already write that in. 4, 7, 8, 3. So instead of 3,874, it was multiplied by 10, so it's 38,740. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply by 2. I know I went backwards, but I just want you to see that how easy it is to multiply by that. So now I have 2 times 4, which gives me 8. Then I have 2 times 7, which gives me 14. So I'm going to put a 4 there, and it's really 140. And I'm going to multiply 2 times 800 and then add 100. So this is 2 times 8 equals 1600 plus 1 gives me 1700. So I'm going to put a 7 here and put the extra 1,000 over here. And now I have 2 times 3. 2 times 3 is 6, plus the 1 gives me 7. Oops, I forgot to estimate, so that's an easy one to take care of. Let me estimate real quick. We have 4,000 this time, and we're going to multiply it times 10. And it's 4 with 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So it's 40,000. So our answer should be close to 40,000 here. And I can see that I already have 38,000, so my answer is close. So I'm in the right ballpark. All right, so now I finish up my answer. I'm going to go ahead and keep green and just add. 7 plus 7 is 14. 7 plus 8 or plus 1 is 16. 3 plus 1 is 4. And my answer is 46,488. So this district is 12 times as large, as many students, so it has 46,488. All right, so again, this is 2-ish. So please remember what we did here. We multiplied first, then we multiplied again with the answer that we got from part A. Okay? So let's say this, we could change this wording to the nearby district, or the Hooperville schools has the same amount of students for 12 years. How many passes will, oh sorry, how many yards will he pass for in his career? How many students will they have in the 12 years? So it's the same idea there. All right, let's go to the next one. Oops, I need to go backwards. All right, so this is a modified question. So this one is close to, I'm not showing you 5A, so this one is close to 3, I believe. So this one's 3-ish. So Gemma and Leah are both jewelry makers. Gemma makes 106 beaded necklaces each month. 106 beaded necklaces each month. Leah makes 39 more necklaces than Gemma each month. How many necklaces will Leah make in 2.5 years? So it's first asking you, it's telling you that Gemma makes 106 necklaces a month. And then it says Leah forgot to make something, makes 39 more. So we're going to copy this. And add 39 more, and that's going to be how many Leah makes in a month. So that's a pretty straightforward. Our first step then is going to be adding. So we're going to add 106 plus the 39. How do I know it's plus? I know it's plus because it says more. If it said less, so more means plus. If it said less, homework means minus. All right. So I'm first going to add these up, and my new total is going to be 6 plus 9 is 15. 3 plus 0 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Then I bring down the 1, so I have 145. So Leah makes 145. All right. Now, how many necklaces will Leah make in 2.5 years? So remember, this is per month. So we need 2.5 years. First, we have to figure out how many months is 2.5 years. I'm going to have a disturbance right now, so please pay attention. So disregard any noise that you might hear in the background. 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Well, I know that 1 year is equal to 12 months. So 2 years is equal to 24 months. And a half a year is equal to 6 months. So I have a total of 30 months. Because 2.5 years is how many it says we have. So that's 30 months. So how many, if she makes the same amount each month, how many will she make in 2.5 years? So we're going to take our 145 and we're going to multiply it times our 30. Now 30 is very easy to multiply. Hopefully you can see it. It's just a 3 with a 0 behind it. For the homework, let's see what it says. It says in 3.5 years. So 3.5 years, you're going to add another 12 to that, and you're going to get a double-digit number. You're going to have 12 more months. So that's going to be 42 months. Oh, I gave it away. All right. So I'm just going to keep it like this, and you're going to have to figure that out. So you're going to have a two-stepper here. So please make sure you understand that. So let me just pretend that I changed that to 8 months. 2 and 8 months. So let's just say we just changed that to 2 and 8 months. We know that 6 months, or half a year is 6 months. So that's going to be helpful for your homework. But now we're going to add 8 to the 24, so that's going to be 32. I just want to show you that there is going to be another number there. So please, that's why I'm changing this. Okay, so 145 times 2, that's 290. All right, and I'm going to put my extra 0 here. All right, and then I'm going to multiply 145 times 3. So let me get my orange out, and I'm going 3 times 5 is 15. Put an extra 1 right here. Then I have 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. I have an extra 1 here. And now I have 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And I add that up. And I have 4,640. Now, I didn't do my estimation, but I could do it right now. 100 times 30 and that's giving me 3,000. And you might say, whoa, that's a lot, 1,640, but it's in the ballpark. At least you know it's in the 3,000s. Okay? So bonus word is water. Hope that helps.